Like a nigga could have been an A, then went to a C. Some niggas
He
start off
ain't
as a
never
B.
got there. He
No,
never
hell no,
got to.
not him.
He
Not
never
saying him. I'm
got to
talking about the
stadiums and arenas and
no, not him. I'm saying like other artists have came down to C, but other niggas have pushed
give
up
me
to
a
it. So
song
when
he
we
went
talk
platinum
about
without the
that,
remix feature. Give me one.
nigga, but that's the song though. I ain't taking away from what y'all
And,
helped him do, but that's the song. That's what that was the song.
yeah, but you can't. You got to remember when you say that's the song, right? See,
Hmm.
when it's one version, that's one thing, right? But when it's two versions and you see one did nothing and the other one did all the listen, bro, his regular version don't even register in his
Oh,
top
don't.
10.
Oh, just so we sure, I'm not using his regular version. Is I'm saying
You
that
can't
whatever
use it
one
because
that
he didn't
pop,
do nothing.
that bitch, yo,
Okay,
when y'all
look,
got on it or
okay,
whatever.
y'all listen to me, right? Look, I'm gonna give y'all some numbers to his top 10. Follow me. 609,000, 562,000, 667,000, 672,000, 791,000, 941,000, 4.2 million, 92 million, 27 million, and 366 million. You take a guess which one is 366
No,
million.
that's fair
Wait,
enough, right?
so
But
Wack,
at that time,
so Wack, can I
that's a
ask you
part of
really
him
quick?
being
So
a
Wack, what level are you giving DDG at? Is he a
DDG is
D?
like a D-list artist. He's somebody. D-list artist is somebody that you know that has a song or two, that has a presence, and still has some growth in him, right? That just real shit. Like I ain't shitting on him. I love the
Him
little
back
nigga.
from
That's my
being a
little guy.
B-list celebrity, Wack. What's holding him back?
when that song came out. Wack, watch this. When that
We
song
dropped
came
that.
out, bro.
I was doing the COVID, so that might have been
Right,
2022-ish, 3-ish, or something, or some shit.
and
Like, and we,
right,
you know,
and I'm
2022.
comparing that. And I'm comparing that now to like who he is now. That's a part of him being what I consider a C list now. Not
you
saying he
can't
was that
see list.
then, but
Listen,
that's a
he don't
part of
got a
his legacy.
catalog to see. Listen, C list category, as far as I'm concerned, is niggas that got a
Oh shit!
catalog that's gonna
I
tour
mean, he
for
got
the
a.
rest
But let me
of
ask
their.
you this:
I mean, I mean, his new album that he
do,
dropped did flop though. His new
what,
album didn't give him the catalog
I
he
mean,
wanted.
respectfully,
what,
everybody, ain't nobody music doing no real numbers.
right?
Everything down 50-something percent. The highest,
So is
yeah, huh?
so is acting or movie is acting or music the only way that we saying celebrity now? Because I'm saying in the
No, the
other
only
world, the
other thing
streaming
he
world,
does
he's so big.
periodically, listen, DDG does rapping, he does streaming, and he does boxing. That's what he does. That's what he does. His streaming is the strongest of all three. You get what I'm saying? So like, okay, let's compare him to somebody in his era. Let's throw Blueface in there, right? Only difference in Blueface got about 9 motherfucking platinums. He does boxing and his TV numbers is motherfucking crazy, right? But we dealing with two different dudes that got two total different personalities, right? And these niggas is like great friends. Like them niggas is friends. Them niggas is dogs, right? So this is why to this day, whatever he nephew need out of me, you know, like the shit going on with him and Ray J, he doing what he doing because he know it ain't gonna go nowhere. You know, I won't allow it to go nowhere. Whatever song Ray J was fucking with him on clearing, he talking shit because he know I'm gonna clear it anyway. He know that, right? But it just let's be real. We know who our A-list artists are. We got our, you know,
What
actually
stops
and
him
before
from being a?
A-list, we
What
got our
stops him though?
superstars,
Why
huh?
can't DDG be a B-list celebrity?
For
Why?
one, his music hasn't crossed the threshold. He can't DDG. If you can't go do a 60-minute set, fuck it, a 45-minute set where them people could sing your song with you. You can't talk to me about that.
Well, I want to
See,
know.
see, see, see,
Hold on.
Wack. This is what
Go ahead,
I'm
Ronnie. I'm
just
sorry.
being real.
this is what I had was explaining earlier. We're not saying that these people are nothings and nobodies and
No,
haven't done
no.
anything. Let me just give you this. Let me just give you this. All I was trying to
She's not
say
talking about
earlier
you,
is
Wack.
that yeah, all I was saying earlier is that even within the industry, because the internet and all that shit is still new, within the industry, people at the quote unquote invisible top still kind of look down on the people who came up through the internet because they feel like we can even take it to the comedy world. A comedian might feel like, oh yeah, Just Hilarious and all these people, yeah, they just famous because of the internet, but they didn't do the chitlin circuit like us. So we look down on these motherfuckers because they didn't go through whatever. That's how it is now. Now, 20 years from now, maybe it'll be different. Maybe if you ain't blew up on the internet, you won't be able to get up there. Maybe you got to hit the air, but it's not there yet because the internet is still new. It only really been cracking for what, about 15 years.
Yeah, but it's old enough for a motherfucker to be established or not established. And it's old enough for you to determine if a motherfucker's just an internet sensation or overall. Because you got some people that superstars that don't even fuck with the internet. They just own the internet because everybody else talk about them.
I understand that, but would you agree that the quote unquote upper echelon, again, don't get caught up in the semantics, but just like in the industry, the upper echelon still kind of look down on that internet generation? Because I'm 43, so we kind of in the
Yeah.
middle. So we see it, how the old school motherfuckers look down on the internet, but we respect the
They
internet
look
motherfuckers
down on
hustle
it, but
and
they
them getting money.
appreciate it. They look down
Okay,
on it,
got you.
but they
Now,
appreciate it and they utilize it. If I was to show you my text messages from the upper echelon who's saying, "Whack, I got this going on. Can you put some light on it? I got this coming out. Can you? If you watch my Instagram, you'll know who they are because it'd be
right.
random. Like, what the fuck where that come from? You know what I'm saying? That's because they're reaching down, and when they reach to me, then they know I'm gonna send it to No Jumper. They know I'm gonna send it to Vlad. They know I'm gonna
Right.
send it out to them because that's the new radio now. The
That's
radio
what
is
it is
obsolete to
now.
us. You get what I'm
But
saying? So
do you remember when Soldier Boy first came out? That wasn't that long ago, but you remember how they, like you said, now today, now they know that they got to use the internet. But when it first came out, they wasn't fucking with that shit,
no,
and they
no,
was
Soldier
laughing at
Boy was
motherfuckers.
what he was today. Back then, back when MySpace and shit was out, he'd be huge. Soldier Boy was ahead of his time. Right? Because everybody really wasn't fucking with it. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was there, but niggas wasn't really. I remember when YouTube came with the, we're gonna pay this. I remember we sitting back in the label meetings like, what the fuck is these niggas talking about? They gonna pay us 2,500 per million views. These niggas crazy. We didn't even understand what the fuck they was talking about. I mean, we get it now because that's what it is, right? But respectfully, when we looking at artists, we just got our superstars. We know who they are. I don't like to say Beyonce and all them type of people is fucking A-list artists. Now I can see the superstar come down to an A-list artist. I didn't see that. I didn't see the superstar go from superstar to B list or C list. Let's Brandy. That's my sister, love her to death. Y'all remember, y'all from them 90s, y'all nigga when Brandy hit
Mm-hmm.
that motherfucker, right? You remember that, right?
She was everywhere.
Okay, so now, I mean, it's been shit, I don't know, 30 years, right? And we talking about television, movies, sitcoms, and music. And music that's hit records, right? But right? It's only so many fucking M&Ms. You know what I'm saying? And the white people, I hate to say it, on the heavy metal side, they still control that shit. Them niggas be 70, 80 years old selling out 20,000 seat arenas and shit, right? But
Yeah.
when it comes to what that is, like that superstar, that A-list or that B-list, like Snoop, if you ain't got $1 million, don't call him. I
So
called him the other day. Snoop, they got 800,000. He said, I love you to death, nephew, but you know what my rule is. He ain't coming out unless you got him. He don't give a fuck what you talking about. This real shit.
so
So I
what
want to.
do
I
you
want to add. Well,
oh,
go
go ahead.
ahead, Quinn, and I want to ask you a
The-
question about Snoop when she.
Okay. So what can I ask you, what do you, so earlier we were talking about DDG and Holly. We were talking about their relationship and how
She's on
Holly
some
is a bigger
bullshit.
celebrity than DDG.
Facts.
Would you say that Holly
She's
is a
on some
B-list
bullshit.
celebrity or is she a C-list celebrity?
But Holly's a different type of celebrity. She's a social media type. She got her TV, whatever. But I'm gonna tell you this about DDG, and this is real shit. DDG is the type of person, and I'm a street nigga daddy that I would not have a problem with my daughter being with. That nigga's humble. She really be walking over him. I didn't got mad at this nigga and tripped out, and he just look at me and say, Damn, Monk, that's all you had to say. I just didn't know what I was doing right or wrong, but okay, cool. Like, it's hard to get a rise out this nigga. Like this, I didn't see this nigga in situations with his drivers and management, and he looks at him and say, "Okay, so everything's fucked up now. So how can we fix it, or what do we do?" This nigga does not get mad. I don't know where they
Oh.
find me. Like I'm telling you, I swear to God on my
Oh, so
daughter's soul.
The Haley abuse thing is crazy to you right now, I'm
Yo,
guessing.
if you go look at the shit when she talking about the chip tooth, they got content out there with a bitch talking about how her tooth got chipped and all kind of shit. He's just not an aggressive nigga, and she knows he's only going to respond so much, and he's just gonna be quiet. I don't want to. He's a alpha nigga when it comes to his hustle, and as a man, but he got beta ways when it comes to his temperament with people. Like, don't get me wrong, he ain't no punk. He'll fight. He'll do all that if you push him to something. Niggas done tried to come up in his house when he was there, and he did what he's supposed to do. He ain't looking for no problems. He ain't. Y'all know y'all got that family member in your family that if they get into some shit, somebody started something. We all got them. Like, nigga, they don't fuck with nobody. Nigga, you did. They will try to talk their way out of it, not because they scared, just because that just ain't them. That's DDG.
Oh, so he's not
Now,
an abuser. He's
Blueface,
not an abuser then, Wack.
no, none of that, none of that.
He said, "Now, Blueface, we know
That
about
nigga
Blueface. Now,
Blueface is a different monster.
you ain't
Nephew
gotta go
burnt
to the
out.
B side. We know how the B side get with
Yeah,
that."
but DDG, no. Nah, we literally sit there and laugh and clown him and troll the nigga about how he is. And he be like, man, I don't care. It's just easier like that. Like,
Dang, so she's gonna get
call.
over on him that Wack. She's gonna get over on DDG with the abuse then.
Well,
Even
if they
though
Well,
take
like
it to
she doesn't
court,
no,
know.
I
it has to be
I think
proven.
I think in the long run, y'all know how shit work out. It's gonna come out and it's gonna turn on her because she punking the nigga because she know that he won't do certain things. He just won't do. He could. He got a big platform. You think this? Look, come on, man. When two people are together, you think it ain't shit he know he can't go at her with and shit like he just don't do it. That ain't him. I don't think the nigga got it in him.
So, okay, my question to you is about Snoop. Okay, because I have my own personal theories, and it ain't nothing I can prove or give him much time
Okay,
to.
what
But
is it? What's going on? That's my partner. What's
no,
going
and it
on?
ain't no shade. It ain't nothing weird or shady. The Snoop and Martha situation, is that one back scratching one back, or is that two backs getting scratched?
No, that's a nigga crossing over to a mountain that he ain't supposed to be on.
See, and
That's what the fuck that is.
I
That's
felt
all
like
that is.
he was doing her a favor.
No, hell no. That's Martha
Okay.
Girl. Look, do you know what that her fan base and the people that watch him? 95% of them don't know or gave a fuck about what a Snoop Dogg is. But the minute Martha said, oh my God, I got my good friend Snoop coming to help me do this, and Snoop came on there with his little lackadaisical shit and laid back and did it, guess what? He just picked up all them people over there, right?
Because I felt like they
That
wasn't fucking with her because she was a felon now. So I thought that he was, doing her a justice by
you gotta
bringing her to the
remember,
cookout.
we listen, we know who she is. Us over here know who that woman is.
Okay, I
Do
got
you
you.
agree? Okay, the people over there with her didn't know who the fuck Snoop Dogg is, right? So now he didn't, and that ain't for music. That's for like commercials and
Mm-hmm.
when it come time to that shit, when they say who could we use, who and they look and they like, well, Snoop got to reach it, boom, 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 and boom, right? That gave him another finger on his hand, like he ain't had that. No different than what's that oldie? I was just playing that song, baby. What's that oldie I played like last week with the white boy? What's the nigga name? Back in our day, with the sister and the white boy. I didn't know who the fuck that white boy was until I heard him on that song, and I became a fan. Next thing you know, I'm over there listening. What Patty LaBelle and was that? Patty
Oh,
LaBelle? What's that
Michael
white?
McDonald or something like
There
that.
you go. There you
You
go.
know,
I
I
know.
know that's
Listen,
my shit right there
now
now.
watch it. Okay, but why did it become your shit? Keep it real.
Cause he was
Before
on
that,
there with Patty. What you
There you
mean?
go. You wasn't
And he
paying
got
no
a
attention
strong voice. I mean, he
to
got a now he got his
no,
own now, Wack.
no.
He got
I
his
ain't.
own.
No, but listen, we wouldn't have known him. I'm
It wouldn't have
telling
been
you,
for
I
Patty.
started listening to the nigga until Patty put him on that. So Patty
That's a fact.
that
That's facts.
is equivalent to Martha adding Snoop as her co-host on that.
Okay.
That you know what
Okay,
I'm
so
saying?
you saying that's what made him more of a
Was
household
John
safe
B.
To
name?
us, to us on
Okay.
this side. He already was who he was to who he was too. But to us, keep it real, we wasn't tripping no motherfucking Michael McDowell. We wasn't. But when he hit that song, shit. We after we listened to
Yeah,
that,
they
we went
got
and
this
found his
nigga
shit.
a little bit before my time, and I'm born in '79. But
But
he
then
was like that
but
first John B.
You
For
get what I'm
real.
saying?
All that
Like,
too.
yeah, so that's what that is. With when Snoop did the Martha shit, that's exactly what that is. So, you know, one thing about Snoop, he gonna Snoop over there in his own world, in his own bubble, doing his own thing. He finally fucking responded to Suge. I've been telling him for years, Snoop, you gotta say something back. Man, Wack, fuck that, man. Snoop, fuck all that. You gotta say something back. He finally just said something back, and I think Suge gonna leave his ass alone because now he see Snoop talking back, and he know what Snoop can say. He know. You know what I'm saying? That's why when he fuck with me or my artist, and I come out and spank him. Last time he fucked with Ray J, and he had his son talking about Ray J, let's fight, me and you, let's fight. And I popped out. I said, listen, I will personally put the fight on with you and Ray J. But first, you got to take a DNS with Suge and let's see if he really your daddy. You notice how everybody got quiet? Because niggas know Wack no. See, that's the difference between me and a lot of these niggas. I come from that era and generation, and I'm still here. So I know the shit these people don't know. I said, if you take a DNS with you and Suge, right? You, Suge J Knight, because you ain't a junior, because Suge name ain't Suge. It's Marion Hugh Knight. That's why you not a
Uh-huh.
junior. Yeah, nigga. Yo, go ask your mama if Suge fucked you in her. She gonna tell you, yeah. What you don't know is Suge can't fuck a baby and nobody. Every kid he got, sperm had to been taken out of him and put into the woman. Every kid he got. So go ask Stormy, nigga, if Suge fucked you. Now, if you won't, I'll put the picture of your real daddy up, and I put it up. And guess who called me? The real daddy. Wack, could you please take that shit down? I see what's going on. You done spanked him. Can you please? R&B was sitting on the side of me and couldn't believe it. She said, is that? I said, yeah, this the real daddy. This the nigga in the picture. So,
Speaking of real daddies,
I am
what's going on?
don't you get it started, guys.
I'm
Get it
getting it.
started.
I'm waking it up because I
Don't be
just
no
want to
punk.
know.
Don't be no punk guy.
No, they know I ain't gonna never come in
What's
nowhere.
up, then?
I
What's up?
what's going? Why we can't find no pictures of Orlando Brown's parents?
I don't know. I mean,
Thank you. Oh my
Orlando,
God.
y'all got to
That's a good
remember,
fact.
y'all got to really salute Orlando because he has made his bone lately off of just lying, just making up shit. Any of y'all could do what Orlando do. Think if they say, look, go up here for 2 hours and just make up shit. You don't even got to know about it, just making up shit. And people watch the nigga. I mean, him and
Him no
607
ball of
Unc is the same
Charleston
person.
White.
He
You say
seems
They
him and who is the
trustworthy
What
same
in
God,
real
person?
mama?
life, so
who
you
just
know.
mentioned Charleston White?
Me, he's a low. He's like
Who
a
is me?
he's Gigi. He's
Okay,
like a
Gigi,
second
you
string
got a
Charleston
question.
White.
I'm sitting in front of Charleston today at 4 o'clock. So for the first time, it's finna get crazy. You got a question you want me to ask him?
I do.
Give me one. What is it?
It's just cause he was on my kids' father podcast. I really don't, cause he a clown to me, and
You know
I
this finna
really
be crazy. Because he ain't never said.
right. And it's like I just seen a interview with him where he basically say he trolls just to get ahead. So I can't take him serious. I
Nah,
would have to.
nah. That see this. See today they called me. Me and R&B was in Columbia, and dude in Miami said, "Yo, man, Charleston in town. Will you sit down with him?" I said, yeah, I said I would. He said, he ready? He said, he really not, but I talked a bit to it. I said, well, you're in Miami. I said, I'll reroute to Miami. So we got here yesterday. And I just told him, I said, I want to respect your place of business. I said, I only got one request. I don't mind him speaking against. I don't mind him asking me what's the good and the bad when it comes to the streets and gang banging. I don't mind him saying it's the dumbest thing in the world because I'm going to probably agree with him. I said, but all that fuck this and fuck that and fuck that, he can't do that with me. I'm not a rapper. I said he going to get violated. So long as we got to understand it, I said, I'm going to break his shit on your camera. As long as we got understanding that we can have the conversation without it being disrespectful. I said he can express his distaste towards it. I said I'm probably going to agree with the nigga. You know, I tell the kids to go to the police academy, the military trade school. I try to get them out the streets. Niggas mad at me because I done got at least 12 street niggas kids into the police academy. Right? I don't give a fuck. We crying about when we get pulled over what happened to us by Opie. So how in the fuck we gonna fix it if we telling our kids that come from where we come from with a clean record, they bitches and snitches if they go put on a uniform, nigga. So we gotta get them in the building to help start fixing the build. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
I just hate how these niggas have a platform and act like they're for the people or the upcoming of our people, but you are confusing, like you're the author of confusion. You
well
say
see
you with the shit, and then you always
see
bashing
here goes the
children and
thing,
doing all
right?
that weird ass shit.
What I do is all the triple OG gangster thug niggas everybody look up to, I expose them. See, I show the youngs, you see, this is a nigga they look and see, he told. You see that? He snitched, see? He told. So what he thought, y'all, he told. That's why niggas whack, nah, nigga. Until y'all start telling these kids the truth, that nigga, you gonna use them up until they go to jail. Then you gonna go tell a girlfriend about who they was fucking with on the other side of town. You gonna break in their spot, try to find they safe. Until y'all tell these kids that the thing you made them do, that you didn't make him do, or the thing you used against him, you didn't use against that one, because who his uncle, brother, or something was, nigga, I'm exposing everything that's supposed to be the foundation of it. I just got a list from Keefe D of 18 well-known niggas who been in songs, all in his paperwork telling. I called one not too long ago on Fun R&B. I said, hey, nigga, I see you over there running with Snoop every day. Yeah. I say, Keefe D just sent me some paperwork. You want to tell me about it? All I gave was a description of the car. We used a rat. So I'm letting you know you will be exposed. I just don't know when. Now,
Damn.
if you want to go tell the kids that you want to stop playing gangster thug tough, influencing these kids to put them chucks and that red rag on, cool, then I leave you alone. But until then, you on the list. I'm looking at this list. This list is crazy. Half these niggas we heard Tupac screaming their names in songs. These niggas straight rats.
Oh man.
Hey,
Oh man.
Wack, real quick, Wack. I want to know we got any updates on Tory?
Um, CDC don't want to let him back over there, which is smart. But I don't want him to go to the county either because that's where the hit came from. That was a hit. That wasn't no regular
I
shit.
That
called
was a
it
hit
when
from
I
Rock
called
Nation,
it when I
right?
heard it.
It was a
Yeah.
hit from above because you got to remember, I've been telling y'all for like 9 months he coming back on the pills of the DNA, right? I got them reports, but the fucking driver security guard then came out and said, finally, Tory didn't fire the gun. The girl jumped out,
Yeah, the
shot three
friend did it.
times. Tory jumped out and slapped the gun out the hand. The gun went on when it hit the ground, blase, so on and so forth. Now, the gay stylist had already told the people, I packed this gun in a suitcase many a times. I know it's their gun. So when they did the DNA, they submitted in court. Well, could have been, could not have been. We don't know who blooded, who DNA it is. Now, when Tory then went to file his appeal and put the private investigators on it, they went to get the gun. They said the gun's been compromised. We can't turn it over. They said, okay, where's the bullet? The hospital lost the bullet. We don't know where it's at. They looking for something to print. Okay, well, what about the DNA? They say we used it all. What do you mean use it all? It was only one test. No, it was in fact three. Well, where's the results of the other two? First test, the one they used in trial, was the one that said maybe, may not be. The other two tests after it said 100% negative, cannot be him at all. Right? So now that's what got his appeal granted to come back down. He been waiting on the date. Now pops up that Friday, they submit the statements from dude saying, I watched Kelsey fire the shots, jump out, so on and so forth. Tory never touched the gun. And that Monday, he get hit. Now let's talk about a level 3 prison in California. Whenever they rack, they got 3 sides, top and bottom. Whenever they rack a side, they rack a side at a time. You got a gun tower up there. He got a Mini 14. On the wall, it reads no warning shots. If you got a knife, a weapon, a lock in the sock, anything, they're gonna kill you. You got 2 guards on the floor, right? So when Tory's coming down the stairs, it's no way. Now 2, 3 niggas could have hit him 14 times on the rush. One nigga, he pulled his hoodie over his head. What the fuck Tory doing? How he got a hoodie? I don't know. Pulled his hoodie over his head and started hitting him. In order for Tory, the only thing saved his life is he slipped out of the hoodie. But he had hit him like 6, 7 times already. And he starts running around the day room trying to get away from the nigga. Right? Okay, no shots is fired. And there's no motherfucking correctional officers in the motherfucking building on a level 3 penitentiary movement. Right? Nah. The
No, that's
video
a
gonna
head.
come out. Remember I told y'all this because I got one of my homies from my neighbor's correction officer, another pen. One of his partners worked in that prison. He reviewed it. I'm on the phone with him. He telling me what he looking at. I tried to get him to send it, but it got a watermark. He said, Wack, it's gonna come out. Just let it come out.
So Wack, was
So
it Rock Nation that put the hit out?
nah, Rock Nation got nothing to do with it. All they was doing there was the same shit. Me sitting in the audience, showing up when Blueface in court of trial is what Rock Nation doing. That's they fucking client. They there showing support. That shit. Think about it. That district attorney who intentionally didn't submit that evidence. The minute Tory wins on appeal, Tory Lane's case now becomes case law. So every fucking inmate in the California Department of Corrections, CDC, can use Tory's case to come back on appeal, which will cost the LA County millions. Tory already finna hit him. Tory gonna come at him with $1 billion lawsuit. So guess what? We get this nigga out of here, it goes away. If we bring him down here and he's sitting in this courtroom and it get overturned in front of the eyes of the public, everybody filing an appeal up under his name in his case law.
Hey, quick question though, Wack.
Mission failed.
Let me ask this
They
question.
gonna kill the Mexican that went at him. As soon as he get to the shoot, remember I told y'all this. As soon as he get done going to court and they send him to Pelican Bay, Corcoran shoot, they gonna kill the Mexican because he didn't kill Tory.
Yep.
He got it.
Weak link. Get him out
He
of.
Yeah,
didn't.
they
Hey,
gonna kill
hey,
him.
but quick question on this though, since you talking about that prison shit, right? How the
Uh-huh.
hell they can get these cracker twin boys or whatever they is out, and all these other boys can't appeal their case if they let with them cracker name them Menendez
How
brothers or
does
some shit?
Yeah, but Menendez brothers, what they did was them niggas had a LWOP. They had life without, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what they did was turn around and took the life without away and just gave him 50 years to life, right? Now the trick to that is under the new law, anybody that got life that was up under the age of 23 or 20 something, right? That usually you got to do the time, the 50, and then you go to board. You know what I'm saying? Now, because they was under that age of 23 or 24 when they got convicted, all they got to bring is like a third of their time. So they got like 36 in. So they eligible now to go to board. So what they doing is they didn't want to overturn it, because if they'd overturn it, it opens it up for case law. People come down. They took the life without back and gave them a minimized sentence of 50 to life, because they know the new statute says they got 30 something in, so they eligible to go to board. So they're gonna get a regular parole like all the rest of these niggas out here who done did 25 and 30 years.